We'll get started with some marches. Okay, side knees, make sure arms are moving. All right, for our cardio today, we're going to do low intensity jumping jacks. And then we've got some squat jumps as well. Feel free to do normal jumping jacks too if you'd like. All right, 15 seconds. We'll go with our first round of cardio. All right, jumping jacks. Very good. We'll march it out. All right, squat jump. So don't have to go as deep into the squat, but we're going to slightly come down and then do a real small hop at the top, one fluid motion. This one can get pretty tiring, so if you find you're super winded towards the end, you can just come up on your tippy toes and back down like that. March. I have some back pain today, so maybe I'll stick with the small jump. All right, well, we've got lower body coming up. We're going to start with some hamstring work with good morning. So we're just hinging at the hips, keeping our back flat. Let's do a sumo squat. The first up is our good mornings. We're going to do a minute of these, all right? So we're going to hinge down until we feel a nice stretch in our hamstrings. Come back up and squeeze the glutes. So you kind of have to play with a little bit to get the form right. We're really just barely singing those hips back and bringing her back down. The key is here to have a neutral back. So want to see rounded or inverted like that. We're halfway there. Awesome job, and we'll march. All right, next up is sumo squat. So it's a wide-legged squat. We'll be here for 30 seconds. Toes are going to be slightly pointed out. Nice wide stance, and your knees are going to follow the direction of your toes. All right, so nice wide stance, toes out, then we can squat. Amazing job. All right, we are back to cardio. Some more lower body to do after that. All right, low intensity or just regular jumping jacks. Awesome job. Do our squat jumps next. All right, jump squats. And again, you're not going as deep into a squat as you normally would. Doing just on my tippy toes. But feel free to do that jump if you can. Awesome. All right. Continuing on with the lower body, I'm going to go back to our hamstrings and do a hamstring curl. We're going to do 1 minute each leg. So we're just kicking up our heel towards our glute, really making sure our hamstring is doing most of the work. Swinging our leg back. If you need to hold on to something, feel free to. We'll get going, whichever leg you want to get going with. It really requires good mind muscle connection. It is really hot in here today. Okay, here we go. I'll keep going. All right, very good. We'll march. And we got our other leg to do next. All right, other leg, here we go. Thirty seconds to go. Awesome job. All right, get that chair out of our way and we'll march. All right, last thing for the lower body, we're gonna do some rainbows at our desk. So that's when where you're making that arch with your leg, really working out the glute, lower back. So we'll be at our desk. You can go there now, high plank position, and we will do 30 seconds each leg. Awesome. Let's march. All right, back to our high plank position. We'll do the other leg. Very good. All right, done with the lower body. Moving on to core next. We'll do a round of cardio and then we'll get into it. All right, jumping jacks. There we go. Awesome. Whew. Sorry. All right, squat jumps are next. All right, here we go. Very good. All right, so we got core. So first one we're going to do, we're going to go back to our desk. We're going to be at our desk for both of these. So the first one, we're just going to hold a plank. So we're really going to make sure our core is super, super tight through the whole minute. We're really working ourselves. Swim. All right, so we can head to our desk and really make sure we can get that core to be burning. So I find it helps to have your heels firmly on the ground and just really make sure you've got a neutral spine all the way through. Just hold it. And if we need that little extra burn, we can squeeze the core. Got about 10 more seconds. Awesome job. We'll march. All right, and next one, we're gonna go back to our desk. We're gonna do some mountain climber. So it's kind of like we're holding that plank position, but we're also adding some quick feet to that. So we'll start off kind of jogging through this one. And each 15-second interval will increase our speed just a little bit, all right? Another minute here. We can go to our plank. We're gonna start off really simple. So kind of bringing the knees close to your chest. And like we're running in place a little bit. All right, let's pick up the pace just a little bit. Right, and again a little bit faster. All right, and we pick it up. Awesome job. It's hot as awesome. All right. We're back to our cardio. And then we've got some upper body to do. All right, jumping jacks. Here we go. Very good. Squat jumps are next. Right. Very good. All right. Upper body. So today we're going to start with some diamond push-ups on our wall. We'll do a minute of those. Some trusty arm pulses next. All right, we'll head to our wall. So make this shape with your hands and focus on the triceps. Very good. March. All right, arm pulses. We're gonna do forward, back, side, palms down, then palms up. 2 rounds. We'll do a half pulse during the second round. All right. Come up. Don't go past your shoulder level with these. Towards the back, squeezing the shoulder blades as you do that. All right, out to the side, palms down. Palms up, you can go past your shoulder level now. Awesome. All right, let's march. So your second round, having that half pulse. Right. Front, raise, half pulse. All right, back of them. Palms facing down. Palms up. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna slow down our marching, then get into some stretching. Make sure we're taking nice deep breaths. All right, our first stretch today is going to be a front folds. We're maintaining our deep breaths, and we can dive down towards our toes. Let your head hang loose. You grab opposite elbows if that feels good. Shake our head. And we'll slowly come on up. All right, we'll sit in our chair for the rest of these stretches. Doing a nice hamstring stretch first. Straight leg, reaching for that leg. And we'll switch. Slowly come on up. You do a flat stretch overhead. Switch sides. All right, last stretch of the day. We're just going to do a nice wrist stretch. All right, so we can start pulling back our fingers straight on. All right, and we can flex our wrist. Great, let's switch. And extend. Flex, sorry, flex the wrist. All right, very